I'm sorry, audience, my mic was off, so I'm starting from all over again. I'm very sorry for that. This is a normal technology snafus. So a big hello to all of you from Sage Institute of Design, Sage University, Indore. I'm a part of the Sage group, which is extremely active in real estate, education, power, and industry. And you can see a quick snapshot of the kind of activities we are in for last 37 to 38 years. You can see a small view or an entrance view of Sage University, Indore. It is located on a beautiful green hilltop, very green, very verdant, and extremely fresh and in this weather. This is another view of Sage University. And these are the snippets of the brief views of Sage University in Bhopal, which is just started this year in operation. And also very beautifully designed and very lovely architecture. This is another view of Sage University Bhopal. And this is the entrance to Sage Institute of Design. This is the lobby, and is a beautiful tree which is being designed by students of design. So, how many of you actually dream to be a fashion designer of international repute? You know, I'll be asking you a series of these questions just to whet your appetite. How many of you dream to design interiors in spaces where the international events takes place? How many of you dream to design great campaigns and branding strategy for large organizations? And how many of you dream to design products which get international acclaim and millions of people use it? I think to do all that, you need a great learning space, great learning spaces, and great mentors. I'm not sure how many of you have gone through my background, but I am in education now for last 15 years after having taken a U-turn from industry. So I worked in industry for 20 odd years, which is a very large industries. One was Wipro, where I was head of design in product design group. And after that, I worked in Bajaj International in Bombay. And then I took a U-turn to head academics at MIT Institute of Design, located in Pune. And we were the founder members of that institution, which we started from scratch. And now it is one of the coveted brands. After having worked in MIT Institute of Design for 10 years, I took a turn to Avantika University, which was part of MIT Group, where I worked as a dean for 2 years. And then I wanted to serve my alma mater. So I came back to Indore, which is my birthplace. And there I wanted to build an institution almost for its inception stage to a level when it can be a coveted brand in design education. So here I am at Sage Institute of Design as head of design, as well as the dean of faculty of architecture and design. Now, you need an atmosphere conducive to creativity and a lovely campus to grow. Yeah, because I have been also a student of IIT Mumbai and IIT Bombay actually, and also Industrial Design Center in IIT Mumbai, IIT Bombay, where I was blessed to have an atmosphere which was conducive to create things, you know, and to dream. The Sage Institute of Design, located on a green hill, is in the cleanest city of India, welcomes you with open arms. Now, our institute offers following programs, as you can see: product design, communication design, apparels and fashion design, interior and space planning. All these four are 4-year professional programs, and we also offer diploma in fashion design. The product design, in this specialization, you will learn to create and execute design solutions for problems of form, function, usability, usefulness, sustainability, which is very important in present times because of the lack of resources, marketing, product brand development, and entrepreneurship. I think it's important that all of you who dream of pursuing a career in design should be prepared to also work as an entrepreneur, because that is where you get a freedom to create your own ideas and convert them into marketable products. So whenever you're thinking of design as a career, do not think of only serving an organization. You can actually create your own organization and employ people of different diverse background and work with them. In communication design, you basically will understand how information and data needs to be converted to effective and responsible communication. And you will learn various communication skills and platforms like illustration, typography, print, moving images, also the new age media, that is web, interactive web, video, WhatsApp, etc. And this is an area of design which is seeing extremely high growth in the present time, where a lot of things have turned on the digital platforms, and all of us are leading a kind of virtual life. So in this age, I think it's important that the information and data has to be effectively communicated to the world, to the larger world. And apparels and fashion design, I will actually not call it design, is more of a sort of a trend or a style, but for the sake of brevity and for the sake of simplicity, we always call it design. So in this specialization, you will learn to create and execute design solutions for addressing people from diverse gender, age group, social and professional background. You will deal with issues of draping, materials, textures, colors, style, function, sustainability, marketing, product brand development, visual merchandising, and entrepreneurship. And then we have interior and space planning. In this specialization, you will learn to create and execute design solutions for problems of space, which is at present sometime in larger cities extremely consciously to be used. Furniture, building interiors through form, function, building materials, processes, usability, ergonomics, that is the work economics, usefulness, sustainability, marketing, product brand development, and entrepreneurship. So these are the four major design areas which we deal with. And this is a snapshot of what we offer in the foundation in first year, starting with semester 1. So I would not call teach, but we expose students to sketching skills, which is representation, how to communicate through different media and through your uh, psychomotor skills. So you're sketching, you learn. You also learn how to observe and perceive the world around you. Yeah. Uh, you also learn conceptual skills. That means how do you create a new idea? How does an idea uh, take birth? Yeah. You also learn how to explore materials. So in the initial phases, we learn to explore materials which are easy to handle, like paper and clay. And then you learn very basic digital methods, basic documentation skills using different apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. And then you learn communication skills and personality development through lab. And We also offer a general elective, which is as part of the new education policy, in which you can take a, a subject, a course offered by other institutions, which could be horticulture, it could be fundamentals of management, it could be fundamentals of engineering, depending on what is your passion and what you want to learn besides design. Yeah. And in the second semester, we offer a next level of representation techniques of sketching in which you learn how to deal with complex sketches. You also learn elements of form, space, and structure. You learn also, which is very important part of design process called the need finding, and it is the first step towards design methodology, and in which you find out need. What do you people what people need? What are the expectations from life? What are their what are the tangible and intangible things they're looking for? And this is a sort of a research process through which you communicate and you interact with people. You observe them in their real setting, and then you understand their need. It could be a need of a sweeper whom you just see in your campus and in your colony, or it could be a need of a person who is working with in your household as a maid, or it could be a need of a person who is applying to office every day in faces of traffic congestion. So it could be any person whom you observe and you connect up and you find out what does he need. Then you also learn material exploration. Through material explorations, different set of materials like wood, metal, plastic, and then you learn digital methods, Photoshop, Illustrator, and in this semester you also learn environmental studies and disaster management, which has become extremely critical nowadays. And again, you have a general elective which will be offered by other institutions. So this is what is the snapshot of your first year of learning in design education. Now, what you will experience in Sage Institute of Design is learning new skills to be a 21st century designer. So it is based on what are the local, societal, global needs, and what kind of skills are required for you to discern the problems or address the problems of 21st century. You'll also experience an extreme joy of creativity through making things by your own hands. You will also get exposure in terms of how professionals work. So visiting faculty who are professionals, they will take you through virtual or also the real time tours to the various places, to industries, to understand how professionals work. You also will learn collaborative teamwork through working within teams, and there will be new learning and collaborative spaces in the new campus, which is now coming up just as a part of the phase 2 of Sage University. I will just like to take you through a small peep into what our students do, so you can understand how they live their life, design early life here. Just a quick snapshots of some of their activities and their work. So this is a small exhibition which they had through a workshop on photography on the World Photography Day, and so they learn basic photography, and then they learn about composition, about colors, about balance, and also about observation and seeing what is not seen through a lens. So these are some of the closer shots of students' work who have learned about photography. This is some of the work by students on typography. So the form of a letter form and how the form can be used to create patterns, to create textures, and also you also express through expressive typography. So how do you create words through using different fonts, and how do you put them together in a certain way so that it starts expressing itself? That is extremely interesting. The student find it very interesting. And this is something which you can try yourself. This is how the students are learning the paper craft. Yeah, they're also learning how to handle jute and sort of pliable material. There are some interior model by students who have done space analysis. And we also had a fashion model hunt of Sage University. You can see a whole bunch of people, the students decked up in different dresses and their own, which they have created themselves. And you can see a snapshot of some of the beauties of the university, decked up in clothes or apparels they designed by themselves. Yeah, we also have a student activity cell through which the various clubs through which you can learn. So this is a club called Wastage, which is the best out of waste. So using paper, waste paper as a raw material, how you can create many interesting and evocative things. This is what you've learned here. Students have learned here. Yeah, various paper crafts. We also have believe in building trust. So we do some theater, and then students learn through this interesting exercise, which I've tried for many years. In the very first year, where the students can come together, and they can physically actually interact with each other and drop the physical boundaries, and then learn to build trust. And what we do actually is you create a human bridge using hands, and the student will come running. One of the group members will come running and get airborne and drop on this human hand bridge, believing that the human hand bridge will hold them safely. And this is how you build trust through a theater. Yeah. So this is just a quick snapshots of what do we do here. And this is just a very small window. And I'm sure we do many exciting things. Yeah. So your turn now to create your own experiences and come and join the Sage University. I would like to meet you guys and like to interact with you whenever the time comes. You can speak to me also directly. And then maybe I'll help you unraveling more about what design has in store for you in the future. And I'd like to reiterate, because I've worked as a design professional for many years, and design or a designer, design as an activity and designer as a resource is a huge human asset to any industry, because designers, the way, depending on how they undergo the rigor of design learning, they turn themselves into very important asset for any organization as part of the human resource, because they can create things out of nothing, and they can create things which have just been dreamt about. Uh, so I will invite you to experience design, and more in this uh, sort of turbulent time. Design is going to be a boon, because what is required is creative solutions out of resources which are going to be lesser and lesser. So is if you want to be a designer, then for you less is more, and take that as a sort of a part of the learning from little wisdom which I've earned through years of work in design field. Thank you so much. So do good design. Actually do good. Thank you. I will invite questions. If there are queries from my audience, I'd like to invite queries. So there is a question from Mansi Singh, which I can respond. Is a bachelor's degree in fashion design available at Sage? Yes. It is called Apparels and Fashion Design. So it's available. It's a 4-year program. Any questions? There's a question by Shantanu Kumar Barik. Yes, Shantanu. I'm a professional an advocate and career counselor and have a counseling center named as Divine Lane Counseling Center. Yes. Okay, there's a question from Shashti Manava. Is it necessary to opt for maths for designing? Um, it is not a prerequisite, but I think a mathematical mind is important. So what is important is you should be able to be able to analyze things. So I think it's important that you have a connect with maths. It would not be a part of the curriculum, but to do maths mm, is important, and I think it provides a nice logical reasoning ability for when you love maths. So you start developing a little passion for mathematics because I am myself has been a student of science and engineering, and this kind of mathematical ability is actually given me interesting analytical ability. Yes, there's a question. What is the procedure to get admission? Um, uh, from Lobsang. Lobsang, you can connect up to the website of the institute university website, and then you can get the process for getting admission. Yeah, this is not going to be very difficult. Is graduation enough to get ahead in a career in product design? Divi Sutar, I'm not sure, but if you want to be recognized as a product designer, then in industries and organization, then I think you could go for a graduation. Uh, is graduation enough? I'm not sure. I think it depends on after you graduate, you work for a couple of years. I will advise that you work for a couple of years in an industry, and then you figure out what is your specific area which you want to specialize in. So a lot of my past students from MIT and MIT Institute of Design have gone through a basic BDES program, and after that, for a couple of years, they worked, and then they figured out that they need to do something else. So a lot of students have gone to study in US and UK and Europe to do strategic product design management. They have gone for service design. They've also gone for special areas of product design called interaction design. So there are a whole lot of areas which are open to you later on. But that is something which you have to judge for yourself, and then you have to undergo the whole rigor of learning design first. Yeah, yeah. There's a question from Shrishti Manava. Are there any internships options available at Stage? Um, yes, internships will be available for the students who complete their 5 semesters. After that, they will be going for internship through training and placement office, which we have, where the students also are active. So, and we start looking for these internship opportunities for students right from the beginning. And because of my network with industry, I'm able to connect up with them very easily, and then co-explore the possibility of working working opportunities for as an internship for the students. Shrishti, does it answer your question? Shrishti, Mansi, uh, yeah, yeah. Are there any other questions which I can respond to? Yeah, there's a question from Mansi saying, sir, you mentioned you have diploma for fashion design. Yes, we have diploma for fashion design, which is a 1-year diploma, which is good for the people who like to get on into some kind of a mm, business quickly. They want to open a small boutique or they want to assist someone. So you can join diploma course, which is for 1 year. Yeah, Mansi saying, I mentioned you have bachelor's too. Yes. Uh, Bachelor's program is what I'm talking about. BDES is a 4-year bachelor's program. Yeah. Which stream, there's a question on Tasneem, which stream to be closed in to 11th for fashion designing? Uh, I am not able to understand this question. Which stream to be closed in 11th for fashion designing? You can uh, you have to do 12th standard to be able to do a diploma, but you can do some certification courses with us after 11th standard on fashion, which we offer sometime. Yeah. Yes, we have bachelor's for fashion designing, Mansi. Yeah. Yes, we have bachelor's in fashion design. Yes. Apparels and fashion design is the same thing as fashion design. It's just that we have reworded the program. I hope if there are no questions, can we end the session or? Yes, there's another question from Mansi. Do you provide in-campus dorm facilities? Yes, Mansi, we have hostels for boys and girls separately. So that you have hostels which could house 2 students or 3 students, depending on the vacancy available. And there is a mess also, a good mess. You can have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and evening tea. Um, so, and it's a beautiful campus and good hostels, facilities which you can use. Yes, are there any questions, more questions? Yes, Mansi is saying again, what do the scholarship program look like at stage? So, Mansi, we have scholarship which starts with giving you a discount first, depending on your scholastic performance in 12th standard when you join the university. So that is one. So you can get discount depending on what kind of percentage you have achieved. So there are slabs which you can get in touch with the counselor and they will tell you. And also the scholarships continue depending on how you perform in the institute. So if you perform the same way, then you will get a similar discount depending on the kind of percentages or the semester performance indexes you achieve through your performance. You can continue getting those scholarship throughout your 4 years. And at the same time, we also are exploring certain scholarship which could be given to students depending on how they engage with certain innovative projects. And they can earn extra financial. I mean, they can get extra money, can earn some money through getting involved in collaborative projects through innovation. So the question from Helene, so we need to get our 10th and 12th mark sheets validated on application? Yes, Helene, yes. That's what you have to get. You can do it online, and then through a DigiLocker, we can you can scan the copies and send it to us, and then through DigiLocker, we can verify them. And then when you come personally, you can submit the original copies of mark sheets. The question from Shantanu, can we start a study center of your university at a local place in Odisha? I am not sure what you have in mind for that, but we can explore these possibilities. For that, Shantanu, you have to speak to me directly. And then you also tell me a little more in detail, what do you mean by a study center? Um, yes, but we can explore this possibility. Yes, there is an alumni program at Sage. So we have a large sort of a group of alumni students, and they remain connected with the institute. There are a lot of things which we offer to the alumni. At present, we have undergoing connect with the Harvard Business mm, courses. So we offer many courses at a discounted price for our alumni and for our students and for faculty, which you can connect up. Can you name some of the famous alumni from Sage? Uh, at present, I cannot remember because Sage University, Indore has, it is the third year in operation. So we don't have many alumni at present, but the only thing I can tell you about alumni is they're getting well placed in good industries. Uh, I think any university takes a little while to figure out who is famous and who is not so famous as an alumni. So I think you have to wait and watch to get to understand some famous alumni. I hope Mansi's questions are over, or are there more to come? Mansi, I think what you mean is thank you, not thinking so. I don't know. Is it typo or is it error in typing? Yeah, Mansi, what would you say about the teaching staff availability? Uh, we have uh, uh, we have a right mix of visiting faculty and teaching staff because I like to try this model of visiting faculty because they bring in a lot of agility and also a lot of professionalism to the academic delivery. We have almost 10 to 15 visiting faculty for the design institution. Presently, we don't have a very large strength of students. We have approximately 100 students, 110 students based, at present. So we have a minimum number of teaching staff, and we also have a lot of very good professional visiting faculty. I myself teach a hell of a lot. So teacher to student ratio is, if you include visiting faculty, is 1:10. Yeah, which is a good ratio. First, the optimum ratio is 1:15, but at present, because of the visiting faculty, we have 1:10. I hope that answers your questions, Mansi, which are many. So are we finished? Are there any more questions? Yeah, there's a question from Ananya Mahajan. Is maths compulsory for interior designing? As I rightly mentioned earlier, it is not. I think design encompasses everything. So if you cannot say that maths is not important or physics is not important. It all depends on what is it which you have to learn to deliver a solution. So you you have to decide that yourself. So how diverse is the student's background? The students' background is as diverse as the schools offer. So there are students from commerce, from arts, from science stream. Mm, so that is the diversity. In terms of geographical location, there are students from other states as well, from northern states, from Delhi, from Lucknow. Students from and most of the lot of students are from Madhya Pradesh only. I'm sure, but that ratio is going to go up in terms of other states joining in. Yes, I'm waiting for more questions. I hope Mansi, your questions are being answered. Thank you. I'm so happy that someone runs out of questions. I'm still not finished. Okay, go ahead. This will be a tough one. Yes, career counselors are available. I am one of the sharpest career counselor for design for you because of my background in industry and various organizations. Um, so don't worry about career counseling. There's a whole lot of mentorship I provide to students, even now who are not my students. They are still working and they still are in connected. Are they connected with me? So don't worry so much about career counseling.